My recording time was over 26 minutes. I decided to cut the video there so that I can record part 2. And I was talking about the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. And I was showing how they used to do their things during their funerals. They were recycling, those texts, during, or those pages during, the funeral ceremony. And if you take it to South Africa, you will see that the Spedi-speaking people are using sereto. We are not using the Egyptian Book of the Dead. We are using sereto to do almost the similar thing that people in the early days they were doing before the introduction of the Bible. They were using certain methods to communicate with the ancestors or to connect with their forefathers or those who came before them. You will realize that mostly when there is a funeral ceremony, before they can leave the house, you will see the elder person doing sereto. And also when they are at the gravesite, you will also see the elder person doing sereto. It's for a reason, and it shows that there is still certain stuff that we kept as Africans, and you will mostly see it mostly if there is funerals, because a funeral is just that moment whereby it's that final moment whereby that person, you're not going to see them again, and you understand that they are moving or they are transcending to another space now, because there will be an ancestor. That's why you hear other people saying, Ube idlozi elihle, be a great ancestor which will protect, which will guide. And that's why you'll also hear many people saying, I've gained a beautiful ancestor, mostly when they are mostly consoling themselves, speaking about the one who's no longer with us, knowing that that one loved them a lot, believing that when they transcend to the spiritual space or spiritual world, they will also be kind to them. Ancestral topics are still deep. Many people are still debating, and we are not even trying to go back to ancestral ways and go back to doing things the way people used to do things back in the days. But all I'm trying to say is, in order for you to gain that true identity, you have to look back at who you are, where you come from. And even the Zulu speaking people, you will hear them in many occasions when they are doing sereto in their Zulu language. Mostly if there is a wedding, they do it because of it's so important, because now she is becoming umakoti, or she is becoming a wife. She is moving from this family and she's introduced to the other family, and that's why you will hear them doing that. And also when he's getting married, also you will hear them doing that, because of now he is transcending, he is moving from a boy now to a man. He's going to be a leader. Now he will take a new position whereby he will speak on the behalf of the family. That's why you will hear people saying tlhogo ya lapa. They don't just say tlhogo ya lapa, the leader of the family. They don't just say that, because of a leader leads. A leader is the one who can speak on the behalf of the others who are following, meaning the wife and also the children and also the grandchildren. They are all looking up to that person. That's the reason why they will always remind people that this is the son of so and so, and introducing that person to those who doesn't know, so that they will see him and respect him and give him that respect as the leader of the family. So culturally or traditionally, these things, they don't just do things. The ancestors were very, very, very wise. They were understanding that even if when he is the husband, obviously when the child has certain problems, he is the one, as the father of the house, who has to know how to communicate with the ancestors or how to send prayers. That's the reason why even in the Bible it always says, respect your elders. In my home language, that's how it's been written. Respect your mother and your father, because of they know stuff, they can do things that you cannot do as a child. So that's why I was taking him back to the conversation we had when he was telling me about his children. And I said it will be nicer for you to make a phone call and talk to your children and tell them how proud you are about them. Ask them about their lives. Ask them about their education. if they're doing well at school, if they're struggling, and they will open up and speak with you. And that's the beginning, because of now you are repairing the damage that you made years ago, because of you and the mother separating and you being far from your children. There is so much distance between you and the generation that you created, the generation that came before you, the generation that there is, how can I put it? There is a distance because of you are in the middle now. The generation that came before you, they are looking at you like, what are you doing now? Why are you doing this? Because of you are the connection to our grandchildren. But when they are far away now, they are taken care of, by another man that they don't even know, and that man is making them do the customs and the rituals of where he's from. They are disconnecting with their true self. They're disconnecting with their identity. And the more they suffer, you are going to suffer as the father, and you are going to look up and you're saying, God, why are you not knowing that these are the stuff that you actually put yourself into? Yes, things do happen whereby you and the mother of your children might not see things eye to eye, but make that phone call. Speak with her. Ask to communicate with the children. Let her be the one who says no, or who says yes, you can speak with them. If they are not around, she will tell you that they are not around. Ask if they have airtime to contact you. If they don't have, offer to buy airtime. If you have money, even if it's 200 rand, even if it's $100, ask if you can do the e-wallet. You can send them that money so that they can receive it and buy something for themselves. The little that you have, you are repairing that connection. If you remember their birthdays, call on somebody's birthday and say, today I just wanted to call. I remembered that it's my son's birthday or it's my daughter's birthday. Just do something as a father, because of you don't know that phone call might be needed. They might be going through a lot, and once they hear you, in their hearts, they're going to be extremely happy. They're going to praise God, and they're going to give thanks to the ancestors. They're going to be extremely happy, and they will remember who they are, because they might be somewhere and feeling like you neglected them. You don't even care about them, because of it's been years. You don't even communicate with them. You don't even worry about if maybe they have panties, or maybe if they have underwears, if maybe they're doing well at school, if they have shoes. You need to, even if you cannot afford, but ask, so that you will know that these are the difficulties that they're dealing with. Then when you go to pray now, you have something to pray about. That Heavenly Father, I'm your servant. I've been praying in mountains, rivers, and caves, and I've been selfish, asking for cars, asking for this and asking for that. But today, I'm not asking for all of those things. Just remember me. Be kind to me, so that my children cannot suffer. I need this and I need that for my children. I'm asking on their behalf. Play a role as a father. Pray for your children. Whatever difficulties that they're dealing with, as you are a father, just pray for that. That's the beginning of gaining your vault. That's the beginning of gaining that dignity, so that now when you carry the same name that you're carrying, even your ancestors now can easily protect you and can easily go to war with you, simply because of you are continuing with the family tree, the family legacy, and you remember them and you recognize them. When you talk to God, you are talking to God, showing him that the same way in the Bible we can see the lineage of Jesus, I also acknowledge those who came before me, and I want to do good to those who are my children, so that later on we will have great grandchildren, and someday I'll be gone, but I will know that I played my part as a father. That's the beginning of fixing things. Yes, you have to apologize to them. Yes, you have to apologize to your woman, because of there are so many years which they needed you the most and you are not there. Apologize. It's not about who's wrong or right. Take that L. Doesn't matter. You're not perfect. You made mistakes. Apologize for your mistakes. If it happens, she can also apologize for a mistake, and you're not doing that because of you want to be in love with her again. You're not doing that because of you want you guys to get back to a relationship again. You are doing that for the sake of peace, so that you can start building something greater. If your children are old enough now, you communicate with your children. It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes things don't go our way in our lives simply because of we have made some mistakes and we don't take our time to rectify our mistakes. And obviously you might look at other guys who are in their early 20s, everything moving smooth into their lives. Maybe they are prophets, maybe they're traditional healers, but you're not even paying attention to their ancestors. You are not paying attention to their families. Some other people are successful in their 20s because of their mothers and fathers made sure that they protected them from the get-go. If this young boy or if this young girl has a calling, a spiritual gift, they made sure that as parents, they provide every little thing that that child will need. If a goat is needed, they will provide the goat. If umqombothi is needed, they will provide umqombothi for the child. If there is a snake which is needed, they will buy that snake for that child. They will partner or passa for that child. So that child grow up being aligned spiritually. So that child grow up with that vault. Grow up centered. Grow up being where they're supposed to be. That's why in their 20s, you see them excelling in life simply because of they did what they are supposed to do. They were not distracted in a way that now they have to go and start working for other people so that they can get food. They can put food on the table. They don't go out there and start dating people they don't love so that they can have a place they can call home. They don't go out there to start getting married to people they don't even love and respect so that at least they can have that dignity and they can be seen. They are actually in a space whereby they know that they will have food at home, they will have this and they will have that. All they have to do is to focus on their vault, the spiritual gift, and keep on watering that gift every day and every night. And when they feel like they're ready to be in a relationship, that's why they have the privilege of choosing the woman that they think will suit well or will gel well with the entire family structure. That's why you see many people having a successful marriage, because of even when that person is dating so and so, the parents are always asking the questions like, who is she? Which family does she come from? It's important. They want to know the family. They want to know the granddad. They want to know the grandmom. They want to know the mom and dad, because of history matter. They know that if certain stuff happen in that family history, it's going to repeat itself. And they don't want their child to be associated with the stuff which are happening in that family. So in that way, they're protecting you from being in the situation whereby you are going to be traumatized and you're not going to focus on your true identity and true self. But when the child is dating in the right family whereby they know the history of that family, it goes back now to sereto. I'm going back to that sereto. Sereto reveal who this person is. In many occasions, you will hear that, okay, they are not actually people who are from here. They traveled from the north or they traveled from the south. Because of when you listen to sereto, they explain them. They are telling you who they are. So the elders were asking those questions because of they wanted you to have that thing. They didn't want you to lose your true identity, buena, your dignity, that vault. And when you are dating a woman that they think will be suitable for you, and you think she will be suitable for you, and you guys are actually doing the ceremony whereby now the ancestors are all coming together, that person, it's a definite win in their lives. They don't suffer, they don't struggle because of they are aligned. A child that they're going to have. Oh God. We are doing so many things the wrong way, man. Because of we are not aligned. So, Volti is deeper, man. And I respect all the sisters who decide, to go to mountains, rivers, and caves so that so much can be revealed to them, so that they can gain that thing, man. That spiritual gift can make them who they are, because we know that there are those who focus only on their spiritual gift. They don't have time to do 9 to 5. All they do now is to wake up every morning and have people that they can help. The person can just make 10K a day. If tomorrow they don't have clients, they know that we are sorted for the next coming days or weeks or a month. So even if when they see few clients, but they don't starve, why? Because of they have vault. Once you have vault, everything follows. So without vault, it's like we are naked. We are more like a person who is traveling but not knowing exactly where they're going. Being surprised when things are happening in their lives. And many we are. We are shocked when things are happening in our lives, because we are not living the life of our purpose. We are not aligned with things that we are destined to get or to be or to achieve in life. And I thank God for, the prophecies that I got when I was young. Because today, even if I'm dealing with a lot of difficulties, I can look back and remember those prophecies and understand that this is temporary. What God, what my ancestors, what my forefathers designed for me is greater than what I'm dealing with right now. Yes, I'm living the prophecies of what I was told years ago, places where I'm staying, where I'm working. And that's why I'm like sharing stuff online, so that people will know and will understand that God is great, and without God we're nothing. And sereto is very, very important. People are not even paying attention to. Today I was just watching the reigning queen, Mojaji Masalanabo. She is young. There is a TikTok page where you will see her. Beautiful, beautiful queen, beautiful young lady. And there is the other video where you will hear somebody, Areta, doing what I just spoke about, sereto. And when you pay attention to sereto, if you have time, can I even play that sereto? It's just, there's music. Oh God, there is music. But when you listen to sereto, let me see if I can do something. Muchachi unatoto kimurudi awe masala nabo. Masala wala telwa ki kesetwani ala telwa ki makoma ala telwa ki mukupe ala telwa ki makubu na asu na le mutwaredi wa munna ile umpabata atwarete mutolo wawe masala na uthobela kulocha you have anymore yena mmasutani ikachibika malabari cheche mokoba watao kosi ya lisodi kichibi ya bugoni ya ja engwe ya robeya ke batho ba usara jele je boadi ba re boadi abufeli ba dokhumana ba bongwe gilovi ya bolo bathaba ke mali dromo chibela nosi ke batho ba uthewa le bokhalanga ngaleni pasegi na beke le bojeso bo thakao re ke nna mali gilovi ya bolo bathaba ke mali dromo chibela nosi ke batho ba utheke ja tudoni ya tabaya ke tagoni ka thekweni ke mo babile ni meroba ya bona le jaola ja bona ja wa baba le maro ke sona sereto. Obviously this one sereto ke a young lady. Normally when you get sereto, you will get the deeper version, mostly from the elder person, especially if it's the grandmother or the elder of the family. You are going to get the deeper version of sereto. One thing that I also realize about sereto is that the more the elder people are transcending to the ancestral space or world, the younger ones are left with pieces of sereto. So when they are doing that sereto, you're getting only those few things. But if you get that sereto from someone who's older, you get everything that you needed to get. And it explains a lot. Even their true identity and where they're from, then you will understand that, oh, these are actually the descendant of Bahalaga and stuff like that. When you're listening to a sereto, you understand that, okay, they are not only here, and this is how they are moving, this is how they are operating, as you heard her talking about drums, and also drums that they are beating so that they can communicate with the clouds, so that they can make it rain, and they're also connecting with the mountains. So it's deeper. It's not only sereto. Look, man, there was this day that I'll never forget, whereby there was this woman that I always seen her as a family member, and there was that day, man, when she stood up for the first time. I had her doing that sereto, my family sereto, and I've just realized that, oh my God, we've been getting pieces from people, and that's the little that we just know, but there is so much into our sereto. And man, sereto is something